800-951-0592, Patriot Radio News Hour. I'll get it out. Joe and Jason here on this Thursday, the day after another blunder by the Fed, because, again, part of this biggest problem is the rates, and they keep raising them. I think this is it, by the way. They didn't quite come out and say it, but believe me, this is going to become much worse before it gets better. Specials today. Here's a good one. 1/10 ounce American Gold Eagles. They're $325 this morning. I've got 200. I know it's not a lot. It's 4 rolls, but I've got 200 10th ounce American Gold Eagles. For those of you that don't know, 10th ounce Gold Eagle, we call it the golden dime because it's the size of a dime. And each coin is 1/10 of an ounce of gold. Another great way to barter, $295. So it's $30 off, but I only have 200. $10 Liberties continue to be the best buy when you're talking about pre-1933 gold. And I'm doing you a favor here, $1,235. My guess is, because here's the problem. When they send the price sheet out in the morning, gold hadn't really taken off yet. It was about 2040 when I got my price sheet. Well, gold's now almost 2059 right now, up 22, so 2060. So my guess is come tomorrow, $1,250 at least. So pick them up, $10 Liberties. These are half ounce. $1,235 at 800-951-0592. Silver premiums went up again today. I'll just run you down the list. A case of Silver Eagles, $22,000. That is a new, if we sell a case of Silver Eagles, that'll be the highest price that I've ever sold a case of Silver Eagles for. I've been doing this 20 years. $22,000. Rolls of Silver Eagles, $890. $50 rolls, $300. Rolls of quarters, $285. Rolls of dimes, $142.50. Congratulations, by the way, those people that bought the dimes and the quarters. We've had them on sale the last few days. That was a great opportunity. 800-951-0592. And Jason, it sure looks like that once again the central banks, not just ours, listen, Europe did the same thing this morning as well, and misread the room again.
I don't know if they even care about the room. Do they even care about the room? They just make decisions. It doesn't affect them. They're the ones that print the money. You know, we talk about who's going to buy these banks. Well, in the end, the last thing they'll try before it really explodes is going to be the Fed will buy it because they don't have any skin in the game. They just click the keyboard and send the money, right? So that we know that they're trying to avoid that right now because that's when complete chaos will happen economically. So it's, I don't think, if you're a part of the Federal Reserve, you're high up there like Jerome Powell or higher than him. These guys do they really care, Joe? I don't think when they go home, do they really care about this stuff? They're all situated just fine, right? They're sitting pretty. They're okay, especially when you're working for the company that gets to print the money, right? How can it be bad for you, Joe, if you get to print the money? Even if there's hyperinflation, you can stay on top of it. You can just print more, right? So
this is
the
fact of the matter is, people's lives and well-being are at stake here. This is, sure. I was here when the housing market crashed and the financial crisis came. Remember how terrible it was. It was great for me. I was telling the story to people that were in here yesterday. Half of my neighbors lost their houses, and these were my friends. Lost them. And it was brutal. And that was just a housing banking thing. This is worse. This is much worse. Why? Because, well, the banks back then could sell treasuries and make money. They can't do that now. Can't sell the commercial real estate. I live in Arizona. I know tons of realtors. As a matter of fact, one of my very good friends, his wife's an excellent realtor. I was talking to her last night, and here's what she said. She goes, we had a little pickup in the market in March in Arizona. She goes, people got excited again. She goes, all gone. Get ready. This was her words. Get ready. Big price cuts coming. This is something in Arizona we live in, and I think Colorado and Arizona kind of live with some blinders on, because the best parts of the economy are probably in Arizona and Colorado, where things are called California. California is such a mess. People have no idea. New York, Illinois, right? All of these, and it's spreading. It's coming. You should see the reports I get out of Houston and Dallas and Austin about the state of commercial real estate there, Jason. And so he better care. He better care, because they don't get this. They don't get their arms around this and get it around it real quick. We're going to see something a lot worse than what we saw in 2008.
And all this stuff puts tremendous pressure on physical gold. We've talked recently, Joe, that these premiums are so high. I've been getting a lot of new customers, and they're like, well, so today they come. If let's say I got a new customer walks in the door today, well, I saw spot prices $2,055, and you got $20 gold pieces for $2,525, and I have to sit there. It's like, yes, the premiums are higher than I've seen them since I've been doing this. It's because the physical price is detaching from the paper price. It's just contracts. It's the 2055 spot price is supposed to indicate how much it costs to get out of the ground, but Joe, it's just completely detaching from the paper price. I'm looking at the gold chart from the last month, and you can see the paper price trying to drive it down, and the physical price won't allow it. It's actually, usually the paper price messes up the physical price, and people that buy gold and silver get frustrated waiting around. Well, the waiting might be ending here soon, because on April 10th, the gold spot was 2003. It jumped up to 2055 on April 13th, and then it did this little ride where it just kept trying to stay at or just below 2,000, trying to push it down. Let's get it down to 1,800. I'm sure that's what the Wall Street wants, right? And here we are today, pushing back near record highs, Joe. Physical prices dragging the paper price right now.
800-951-0592. Patriot Radio News Hour will be back after the break.
Welcome back. This is the Patriot Radio News Hour, and you heard the specials. We have 10th ounce gold Eagles below $300. We got $10 Liberties at outstanding prices. As gold is pushing hard towards all-time highs. It may not close with all-time highs today, but I'll say this: it's pushing hard. It really is. As more of these rate hikes and banking emergencies continue to happen, you're going to see gold push to all-time record highs. We're heading into the summer, and if they actually are pausing, they're going to pause the rate hikes. Then I think you're going to see the next talk over the next few months, because I think they stay where they're at worst. I don't think they're going to lower the rates anytime soon, unless that big emergency. There's going to be a big emergency, folks. There's I was talking yesterday about how dropping the rates happens at or before these big emergencies. And if you look at it historically, you'll see the rates dropping before 9/11. You see the rates dropping during and before the housing crash. You see the rates dropping before the COVID pandemic.
Hold one moment. Looks like we're having some technical difficulties. Just hang tight.
Let me know if we're back. Can people hear me? I hope we are. We're
Yep.
working through some technical difficulties here. I don't know what happened. We just had a big power surge. come through. So I apologize for that. The YouTube is down, but we'll try to go through this here. And again, as we were talking before about the Federal Reserve, Jay Powell, and what are these guys thinking, and now the crisis seeming to spread here to even the bigger banks, and now U.S. Bank is down. They're all down. They're as we're watching this whole thing play out here, this seems to be, and again, it's not a difficult problem when these short sellers are looking at these stocks. I mean, we've had half a dozen different regional type banks be halted today. Bank stocks down 40, 50, 60%. And again, a lot of it having to do with they're low on deposits. They don't have anything to sell that won't cause them to lose money. And so when you look at, hey, you lost these deposits, right? You lost these assets. Now you start looking at, well, what do you got left? And let's look at your liabilities. And if you do have to sell them, hey, you're insolvent. They're going to take you out. I don't know why it is that the Federal Reserve, the FDIC, why they haven't stepped up with a bazooka here. This is a huge, huge problem going forward as we try to figure out what's going to happen next. Tomorrow we get the jobs number. If that number comes in lower than expected, expect more pressure. I'll be shocked. I'll be shocked if we don't see another couple of these, I don't know what to call them, sweetheart deals, if you will, happen this weekend. When it comes to Pac West, possibly Western Alliance, and now First Horizon, who thought they sold themselves, and TD Bank backed out. And guess what? They probably backed out for probably for a good reason, right? It just was like, hey, wait a minute. All of a sudden, you don't have enough deposits to make it worth buying. And again, I think the bigger part of this, as this economy slows, and it, believe me when I tell you, it has slowed. As it gets worse, because now I think it is, because the banking crisis didn't stop. It didn't end. Which tells you that these banks, well, what are they going to do? Well, it's pretty simple what they're going to do. The ones that aren't in trouble are going to stop lending. Why? Well, because they feel like, right? The market is going to start selling these securitized obligations. They're going to start to realize how bad the situation is. And you know how it goes. Hey, well, once prices start falling, what do people do? Well, they stop buying. Why? Well, I'm going to wait and see if it goes lower. It'll go lower. I'll wait. I'm going to wait it out. And I think that's exactly what we're going to see happen. And now, commercial real estate, it may start with that. I don't think it ends with that. And if the layoffs come on top of it like I expect, this is something shaping up to be worse than the financial crisis. Patriot Radio News Hour. We'll be back with the final segment. 800-951-0592, Patriot Radio News Hour, wrapping up this Thursday. Right now, gold's up 23, 2060 right now. Silver's up 54 cents, 26.01. By the way, October, December, February, April, all those gold contracts, all above $2,100. Now we've got silver contracts, future contracts, $27. And we're going to see new all-time record highs. Gold today touched a new all-time record high already. And unfortunately, the way things look, it is going to go significantly higher. A lot of the banks now. Yeah, you there, Jason?
Oh, I'm here. Yeah. It's good. I thought I was doing a show all by myself there, and I got knocked off my stream too. But what I was talking about that nobody could hear was talking about record highs, and we're going to hit them, and it's just going to keep on going. This isn't going to be 2011, where it suddenly dipped down and went back to some previous highs. This is going to stay. And I think just when I was talking about the last month, gold tickling 2,000, then coming back up, and then went down to 2,000 again. Now it's back up. It's going to go, and Joe, it's just going to keep on going. I think it's going to keep on grinding up.
Yeah, and I'm worried that the grind is going to be leaps and bounds. $10 Liberty still the buy of the day, and I think tomorrow, and again, I think gold's going up again tomorrow because I think the jobs number is going to come in light. I hope I'm wrong. $1,235. Today, and I can already tell you if it's just here at 2,060, it'll be $1,250 at least tomorrow, if not more. Still the best price there. I've got 10th ounce gold eagles. And these are U.S. gold eagles. Haven't had those in a while, at least not at a price that was any good anyway. $295 on the 1/10 ounce American Gold Eagle. The problem is only had 4 rolls, only had 200 of them to start. But pick it up, get exposure to gold, and do it while you can. No amount is too much, and no amount is too little. 800-951-0592. Silver premiums up again. If silver closes here today at 26 and above 26, it'll be the first time I've seen it this high in a while, really probably since the outset of COVID. But I've been saying it all year long. Silver's going to start with a 3, and I hope it's not a 4 before all of this is over. But cases of U.S. Silver Eagles, they're expensive, $22,000 right now. And again, Jason, I don't see that changing.
Well, it'll change. It'll get more expensive.
That's yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
right.
It's
800.
I'll say this. It's interesting. We used to have Dan Reeves coach the Broncos here, and one of the smart things he actually said was just like, you never stay the same year after year. You're either getting better or you're getting worse. It never stays the same. And I think with gold, the price is going to get better, meaning higher. It's just going to get higher, Joe. This is not 2011. For people that are worried about 2011, this is not 2011, Joe.
No, this isn't anything close to 2011 here. Matter of fact, starting to give me the creeps that we're going to go through something worse than 2008. 800-951-0592. Joe and Jason wrapping it up. I apologize. We had a surge that shut my internet off. We'll get YouTube back running tomorrow. God bless. Jason and I coming right back with the half-empty cup.